A military doctor, sworn to heal, became a killer. This is the chilling story of Major Nidal Malik Hasan. His rampage at Fort Hood forced America to confront unthinkable truths about faith, radicalization, and the devastating cost of ignored warnings. Nidal Hasan was born on the 8th of September, 1970 in Arlington, Virginia. His parents were Palestinian immigrants who became U.S. citizens. Hasan grew up in a seemingly ordinary household. He was a quiet, private individual, living within his family's Muslim faith. After high school in 1988, Hasan joined the U.S. Army, embarking on a military career. He pursued his medical degree, eventually specializing in psychiatry. For years, Hasan served as an Army psychiatrist. His role placed him at the heart of the military's sensitive issues. From 2003 to 2009, during his residency at Walter Reed Army Medical Center, red flags began to wave. Colleagues and supervisors noticed his declining performance. More disturbingly, they noted his increasingly anti-American comments. Hasan became socially isolated. He clearly struggled with counseling soldiers returning from Iraq and Afghanistan. He openly questioned fighting fellow Muslims. A supervisor even suggested he leave the army. This critical warning was tragically missed. His master's thesis, The Quranic Worldview as it relates to Muslims in the U.S. military, further fueled anxieties. These weren't academic musings. They were glimpses into a deepening internal conflict. Hasan's internal turmoil intensified. Quiet dissent morphed into chilling extremism. He opposed U.S. military deployments, viewing the war on terror as a war against Islam. This radicalization led him to email radical cleric Anwar al-Awlaki. The FBI intercepted these emails. Tragically, they were dismissed as professional research. Authorities concluded he was not an immediate threat. That judgment would prove devastatingly wrong. Hasan, in his warped perception, saw himself as a soldier of Allah. He believed killing American soldiers was justified. He thought it would protect Muslim insurgents. His destructive path was set, twisted by a dangerous mix of faith and duty. The horrific culmination occurred on the 5th of November, 2009. That day remains etched in the U.S. military's memory. It was a Thursday morning. Major Hasan was at the Soldier Readiness Center at Fort Hood, Texas, a place for final medical checks before deployment. At about 1:34 p.m., Hasan, in his Army combat uniform, stepped into the crowded, unsuspecting building. He reportedly shouted, "Allahu Akbar," and opened fire. He used 2 pistols with laser sights. He targeted unarmed soldiers and civilians. The scene quickly turned to chaos. Screams, gunfire, and desperate attempts to find cover filled the air. The attack was swift and brutal. Within minutes, Hasan shot dozens. The carnage left 13 dead, including a pregnant private. 32 others were wounded. The attack's sheer audacity, carried out by a seemingly trusted officer on his own comrades, sent shockwaves nationwide. Fort Hood, a symbol of American military might, became a scene of unimaginable horror. First responders confronted the shooter. Civilian police officers shot Hasan, paralyzing him from the waist down. He was apprehended. The immediate threat was neutralized, but the scars of that day would remain forever. The shooting's aftermath immediately plunged the nation into legal and moral debate. Hasan was charged with 13 counts of premeditated murder. He faced 32 counts of attempted premeditated murder. Crucially, the military chose not to pursue terrorism charges. This decision sparked widespread controversy. His court-martial began in August 2013, 4 years after the attack. Hasan represented himself. He was largely defiant and uncooperative. He openly admitted to the shootings. He claimed he switched sides in what he called an illegal war against Islam. He called no defense witnesses. He gave no closing argument. His standby lawyers believed his goal was a death sentence, to become a martyr. The evidence was overwhelming, painting a clear picture of calculated violence. On the 23rd of August, 2013, a panel of 13 senior military officers found Hasan guilty on all counts. 5 days later, on the 28th of August, the same jury unanimously recommended a death sentence. This was a rare, significant outcome. It was the only appropriate punishment for such an attack on unarmed service members. Nidal Hasan joined the small, somber list of death row inmates in the U.S. military justice system. After his conviction, Hasan lost his rank. He was formally discharged from the U.S. Army. He is now simply Inmate Nidal Hasan. He serves his time at the United States Disciplinary Barracks at Fort Leavenworth, Kansas. His journey to execution has been far from swift. Military death sentences trigger an automatic, lengthy appeals process. Hasan has filed many appeals. He argues he had an unfair trial. He claims his forced beard shaving violated religious beliefs. In September 2023, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Armed Forces upheld Hasan's death sentence. It dismissed his latest appeals. However, the appeals process isn't over. It could take many more years, even decades, before his sentence is carried out, if it ever is. His case remains entangled in the complex legal appeals process. He lives for now in military prison. He's a constant reminder of his crimes and the ongoing debates about capital punishment in the U.S. legal system. The Fort Hood shooting forever changed lives and debates. Nidal Hasan's case is a stark reminder. Even within those sworn to protect, internal conflicts can erupt into horrific public violence. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about our systems and the unseen battles fought long before a single shot is fired.